Green Bay by limiting big plays, keeping everything in front of them, running the ball extremely well themselves, keeping Rodgers off the field, and then when he was on the field, they brought pressure. I see the Bears being able to do all three of those things, especially in the run game. You know, we did not have Gabe Carimi in either of the two passing games last year. Gabe Carimi got the game ball from the coaches and the team last week. Everybody kills our O-line, but what we do very well, and this is someone who watches every Bear game multiple times, is when we get rolling, we actually can really run block. So, in the yards against that defense. And again, I think what Marshall brings to the table is third down conversion, game route. And Chip nailed it. You know, Henry Melvin, he got the opening game down pat. I mean, he got 2 sacks last year against Atlanta, 2 sacks this year against Indy. I'm really looking for him, the rest of the defensive line. We don't have ends or tackles. We have rush men. That's what they're very important. He's putting tackles in and tackles. He's moving guys around. I know it's a different defense than the Niners, but I do expect that. Look, I mean, how confident can you really say you are about Green Bay's offensive line, you know, if you're comparing the two? And I think,
I think Green Bay's offensive line is solid. That's how I would describe the Green Bay offensive line. Rich, you called the preseason games for the Packers. What's your take on their offensive line?
I think their offensive line's fine, Adam. I think they've got, essentially the right side of the offensive line is the same group sitting in Balaga. They switch out Scott Wells for Jeff Saturday. A lot of people feel that's an even trade. When you look at Jeff Saturday's been to a bunch of Pro Bowls, smart player. He played in an ups with Peyton Manning, so I think he's transitioned very well. TJ Lang, they think, has got a chance to be a Pro Bowler in the guard position. And Marshall Newhouse, once he got healthy in preseason, they're real impressed with him. Very athletic, guy that they feel can hold up. Doesn't need a lot of help on the left side. He just needs the reps and the experience. But they feel pretty comfortable with Marshall Newhouse along the offensive line. So I think they're pretty good. You go back. I don't think they played poorly last week. I think they can play better. They presented some things to protection. It's not like they're trust in the rest. We weren't talking about one of the best defenses in football. Stop the run. Against defenses. Defense scoring. Just have to play better. The scoring wasn't where it needs to be. There's some areas where they weren't happy. I think most teams, as you look back at week 1, I was watching the Houston Texans-Atlanta game last night. You listen to some of Gary Kubiak's comments, and quite frankly, we could watch the game. It wasn't great from Houston. I mean, they had this scoring frenzy where they took advantage of 4 turnovers in the second quarter and some great field position. But overall, they didn't run the ball well. Shot looked okay, not great. Defensively, they gave up some big plays. Special teams just wasn't good. They gave up returns. They gave up a punt return for a touchdown. So I think everybody can come out of week 1 whether you won or lost. You have to clean up. Some people feel better about more things than others, but I think the Packers realized that they didn't play their best football. And as John Madden talked about yesterday, their fourth quarter really came out flat. That we expected great things from. The Giants, the Packers being one of them, New Orleans, and one other team who escapes my memory right now. But Philadelphia. Yes. So, Packers know that they've got to get better. Here's an interesting stat for those out there keeping track. Just something to keep in the back of your mind. Now, I'm not suggesting, like I suggested to Nick Costa earlier this morning about his own Giants, but you go back to 1990. Teams that have started 0-2, their chances of making the postseason, 12%. That's not good. That's not good. Now, teams that start 2-0, 63.7%. So those numbers go back to 1990. Now, as Nick pointed out so brilliantly,